Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry, and here I'm doing a upper floor of a townhouse. I think the carpet's, I think it's more than 5 years old. I'm not actually positive, but it is actually it's a polyester, and it's very worn in the traffic areas. Actually, I see a couple of spots there. I've been here before. This is, I think, at least the second time anyway. I've been here maybe 3 times. I can't remember exactly. I actually did I did 4 little bar stools, which were terribly stained up. Cotton, turned out fantastic. Did last time as well. And a couple of dining room chairs. Again, a white cotton. And again, they terrible stains all over them, and they came up pretty well. So anyway, I'm back here again. And I'm going to do it a little bit different. I've got a Tuway pad on here. And I thought, you know, I did a job the other day where I used the Tuway pad, and it actually worked really well in combination with the Rubbermaid Rayon Polypropylene pad, which is, I've also brought in. So I'm going to apply and scrub with the Tuway pad there, which is a Polyester Rayon blend. They're not as absorbent, but for scrubbing, actually I like using them on wool quite a bit. And I like them under the OP machine as well. For commercial, I use them a lot for that. But anyway, pardon me, I'm gonna cough again. Here we go. Anyway, so we're doing that in the hallway, and in this room, and in here. So, now I already took my time vacuuming this carpet because they have I think they have 2 dogs, and one of them is a golden lab, and sheds like crazy. I filled up my sharp vacuum 7 times doing the steps. I went like 3 or 4 steps, filled it up. And it just, even though it didn't look like it needed to be vacuumed. And I probably spent an hour, probably an hour total, just vacuuming this carpet. I actually have 2 sets of steps to do. But anyway, so I wanted to touch base about the vacuuming again. I mentioned it in the video the other day there, and yeah, that's working pretty darn good actually. You know, I saw a post of somebody, and I'd seen this before, and so I wanted to just revisit this because I was reminded of it the other day. Somebody that was saying that they never vacuum, and I was thinking about that as I was vacuuming these steps and this carpet here, and thinking, you know, how unbelievably foolish this thinking is that you wouldn't vacuum, because you know, this is a guy that's using a pad system, using an orange actually. That's his thing, and that's fine. If that's what you want to use, I have no. I think it limits you, but whatever. That's still an option for cleaning. And anyway, this guy is so he would have not vacuumed this carpet, which means that all the dog hair that is embedded in this carpet is going to remain. And one of the concerns that you come across, besides the fact that that's just really tacky and unprofessional, is that all that doggy hair, of course, has oils and contaminants on it. And after you clean the carpet, or I guess you're not even really cleaning, you're just running the pad over the dog fur and the crap and the debris and the contaminants and everything. You're not taking any of that particulates out, not even attempting to. That, of course, means that the carpet, after the fact, because it still has all that doggy oil and everything in it, is going to have a very good chance that carpet's going to smell like wet dog afterwards. And you know, oh my goodness me. This is a bad thing to do, a bad practice. And the worst part of it, I mean, whatever you do in your own business, that's your, I get that, you know, that's whatever you do, that's your business. But when you get onto YouTube and you start presenting yourself as some kind of a expert or a teacher or whatever, and you're going to actually tell new guys that, you don't have to vacuum. Follow after me. This is the way I do it. It's good enough. I mean, that is just such a... Oh, it is just pathetic. But, you know, that's what's going on in this industry. And I think one of the things, I guess what bothers me about it is that I would like to see this VLM set soil extraction transfer technology become all the more credible. You know, it's up against the steam cleaners who, you know, for years have been, you know, putting it down, although less and less now as they, I guess, realize the inevitability of where we're going here with this in the world, because it's getting so expensive and impractical to run a truck mount. But anyway, it bothers me that we've got these guys out there that are having an effect for influencing young guys into the business, and then, you know, teaching them that a substandard way of doing things, this is an acceptable way to do it. Now, of course, even steam cleaners are, if they're going to be cleaning correctly, and unfortunately many, and probably most don't, but they're supposed to, of course, pre-vacuum a carpet as well. That's, we all know that's the right way to do it. But if you're going to not, if your intention is to operate your business and not do the pre-vacuuming, it's just not what you want to do because, you know, you're too in too much of a hurry, or you just don't like to do it, or whatever. At least have the courtesy to let your customer know when they book the job. Oh, by the way, if you really want a proper and a thorough carpet cleaning job, you're going to need to vacuum it before I get there, because I'm not going to bother. Because really, that's what it comes down to. Oops. So anyway, that's my suggestion. Is if you're going to be a carpet cleaner that doesn't do this according to a professional standard, because that's what it really boils down to, at least be honest enough up front with your customer to let them know that that's what you're going to do or not going to do. Now, I almost always pre-vacuum the carpets when I clean them. Very rarely will I not. And if I don't do it, it's because I know that particular customer has already done a very thorough pre-vacuuming job, and I know the customer, that's the kind of person they are. But other than that, even if there's quite often people tell me that they did vacuum, and I'll say, well, I'm going to do it anyway, and then they say, yeah, well, that's great because I know you've got a better vacuum than me, and I do. And many times I've started vacuuming after they had vacuumed, and I can see that I'm picking up all kinds of garbage and junk out of the carpet that they left behind because they aren't as thorough and careful as I am. And you know, maybe the vacuum isn't working that great and they don't realize it. That's often the case. So it really is actually up to us to clean the carpet properly, and part of the proper carpet cleaning is to give it a very thorough, professional grade pre-vacuuming. Yeah, the one I did, the last video, few videos I put up where I talked about that, or I showed that dog oil soaked carpet. I mean, can you imagine if, you know, I'd gone into that job and just started cleaning without pre-vacuuming, without pulling out, you know, a bag full, practically a bag full of dog hair. I mean, and then what's the point of trying to even deodorize it if you're not even pulling out the source of the odor as much as you can, which would be all the dog hair and everything, which is coated with oils, etc. And then you're going to try to deodorize it. The first thing you need to do is remove as much of that particulate contamination as you can. I know it takes time. I get it. It took me, actually, I probably took about an hour to vacuum this job. And this isn't a very big job. It took me, most of the time was on the steps because I was going about 3 or 4 steps. And then I had to stop and dump the vacuum. The shark doesn't actually hold a lot, but nevertheless, there was a lot of junk coming out of there. A lot of, it was just dog hair. Well, mostly anyway. And I'm fine with that because, well, I figured out a long time ago that to be successful at this business, you do the best job that you can, and you charge what it's worth to give your customer the best job that you can. And that's the secret to success. It's not about being a lowball price that, you know, a price nobody can refuse or whatever, and running around like a chicken with your head cut off and cutting corners left, right, and center so that you can get the work done and on to the next one as quick as you possibly can, because that's the mentality that we're seeing here with this I don't need to vacuum. The reality was that you don't want to vacuum because you don't feel that you can charge enough money because you're not giving the proper standard of clean anyway. So, and my motto is to do my best, pray that it's blessed, and God takes care of the rest. And if we're not doing in that attitude, it basically means that we do what we do as unto the Lord. And I'm not going to go and clean carpets for my Lord and not bother pre-vacuum. That ain't going to happen. I'll do the best that I can with what I've got. Now, I'm not going to cut that corner. Doesn't mean I'm going to be perfect at what I do, but I'm going to try to be and do the best that I can. And I think that's the way we should treat every one of our customers. It's about doing the best job you can with the equipment that you have and your knowledge that you have accumulated over the years. And that will, and you'll reap the reward of that if that's what you do. I believe that anyway. I think I have to go and deal with that other bedside table. Anyway, that's my my rant. I don't know, there's a lot of guys that are watching my video. Actually, I bet you a lot of guys that are watching my videos are the guys that are not pre-vacuuming, and maybe I'm annoying you when I'm saying these things, but you know this is true. This is not, I'm not saying the wrong thing here. But most of the guys, I think, most of you guys are doing it right, I bet, because you know, you got to do it the right way. Or don't do it at all. Pardon me. So let's get that back, and then we'll go back to the other bedroom. Actually, this carpet is, with the Tuway, has been cleaning really, really well. by the look of it, I don't really need to put the Rubbermaid on there, but we'll take a look at this pad. Actually, I'm a little surprised how well it's done, but hang on a sec. See, I was going to go back in here. Park this table back here. And I gotta go over that little spot there where we're sitting. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. We'll take a look at the pad. Curious to see what it looks like. Look at that. And notice how that it's pretty evenly soiled. Except for the center, but there's no pressure on the center because in the center of the pad driver, there's nothing there. So there's nothing, it doesn't really contact the carpet much there. We'll go over it with this. It's actually pretty dry. A little bit surprised at that. Okay, so we'll go over this. I've already gone up to the edges, so we're good for that. And we'll see if the Rubbermaid picks up anything more. See, normally I would, at this carpet, I would have run the Oxy-Dry fiber pad and not Ironman. So this is definitely a little different than what I've been doing. It's a very soft carpet. And the Tuway isn't going to be nowhere near as aggressive as the fiber pad, but or even the Ironman for that matter. But it seems to have really scrubbed the fibers well and lifted the pile, and it's certainly the carpet's looking really good, and the pad is dirty, so we'll be interested to see how what we pick up with the Rubbermaid pad here. The lady came back. She went away for a little while. Her dad was here, but now she's back. Okay. There were some marks up over here in front of the desk, and they looks like the Tuway pad took them out completely. There's a weird smell in here. Like there's something hot. Wonder, like a light bulb hasn't been on for a long time. And dust on it, kind of that smell. Kind of a weird smell. Okay, yeah, see the mark that was right where I'm at now is gone. Totally. Over this way. You know, I know there's a company out there that actually does use the Tuway all the time for pretty much everything, and that'll be Xerion, and they use a dual speed machine, and they're kind of more focused on commercial, I think. And they apparently they really like the Tuway pads. So anyway, whatever. If it works for them, then it's fine. There was a pretty grubby area right here in front of where the rocker goes, and it looks really good. This carpet has turned out really nice. I like it. Okay, let's take this over here. We'll take a look at the pad. Inquiring minds want to know. Well, isn't that interesting? A little bit, but not a lot. Interesting. So what are we to conclude? Tuway can do okay. I wouldn't necessarily count on it, but anyway, it's another option. So hopefully that's of interest to you guys watching. So anyway, thanks for watching and have a good day.